Hello guys and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I'm back with another video about directories architecture in Linux. Let's get started with it. Here I'm getting in my directories into the file system, and there are my directories. All the directories architecture I'm going to talk about. The first directory is bin directory. Bin, or we can say it about binary folder. This is where most of your binary files are stored, typically for the Linux terminal commands and core utilities. Second, coming up, boot folder. This is where all the needed files for Linux to boot are kept, which helps in loading the operating system. Third, dev folder. The dev folder, this is where your physical address are mounted devices are those whenever we insert a USB or any device via peripheral ports, they always go in dev folder. Next is etc folder. Configuration files specific to the machines are stored in etc folder. Configuration file of each and everything present in the Linux is stated as a .config file. Third, the home folder. Home folder, it is like the users folder in Windows OS. The desktop documents, downloads, photos, videos, folders are all stored under the home username directory of every particular user. Next, lib or lib. This is where libraries are kept which are having basic utility files of the operations performed in the operating system. All of them have the same features: lib32, 64, 32, libx, 32. Next, coming up with the media folder, media directory architecture that has removable media devices folder. It is a place where external devices such as USB drives can be mounted. It holds and mounts the external devices attached to the device. Next is MNT folder. This is basically a placeholder folder used for mounting other folders or devices. When we want to mount or place any internal drive or folder in the operating system, we will use MNT folder. Next is proc folder. Proc folder, this includes a directory for each running process, including kernel process, in directories named proc PID, where PID is the process number for every processes. Remember always this, that Linux is not an operating system, it's a kernel. Next is root folder. Root folder, the most used folder used by every other tester. This is known as the home directory for the root user. Every single file path in Linux begins from root in one way or another. Next is bin folder, sbin folder. This is the binary folder where most of your binary files are stored, typically for the Linux terminal commands and core utilities. Next is USR folder. USR folder contains all the files and utilities that are shared between the users. This folder is used for sharing data and other stuff between two different users on the same OS. Next is VAR folder. The VAR folder contains all the web application directory files that you need to, I am going to show you on my system by making a service of Apache start. I can put all my data in the var folder going to www and then html. I've already put it 2 files in it, and now I'm going to the Firefox to access my local host, or I can say 127.0.0.1, and here I am seeing my active directory where all my data is stored. That's all for today guys. Meet you in the next video. Thank you.